Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NBA previews and prediction for Sunday. It is January 8th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Sunday fun day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at atsstats.com. Alright, let's take a look at the association. We got the Sixers taking on Detroit. The Pistons, a 6-point home underdog. The over-under listed at 229.5. ATS forecast system play gonna lean with the Philadelphia 76ers, 115 to 111. The over-under at 227.09. So we do like this game to stay under the total. The Sixers coming off a loss to the Bulls in their last game, 126 to 112 was the final. While the Pistons, they lost to the San Antonio Spurs, 121 to 109. We're giving them a 37.5% chance of beating the Sixers here today, while Philadelphia on the cow has a 60.6% chance. Their last three games have gone over the total, 23-15 on the season, and they are 7-3 straight up in their last 10, and 70% of those games went over the total. Taking a look at Portland taking on the Toronto Raptors at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. The Raptors a 3-point home court favorite. The over-under at 226.5. Forecast going to go with the road team here, and that's the Trailblazers. 114 to 111, the over-under at 226.7. So we do like this game to go a hair over the total. A 27.2% chance of winning for the Raptors compared to 42.8 for the Trailblazers. Both teams coming in on a losing streak. Toronto's lost their last three, while Portland, they've lost their last two. And looking at the records for both these teams in their last 10, they are both 3-7 straight up. And the Trailblazers have only covered the percentage play, or the point spread, 30% of the time, as they are 3-7 ATS and 3-7 to the under. The Kogo here, however, is at a coin flip at 51%. You got C bearish against B bearish, so both teams coming in cold. Should be an interesting matchup tonight in Toronto. Charlotte Hornets taking on the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers a 5-point home court favorite. The over-under at 239.5. ATS forecast system play. Gonna go with the Pacers in this one by 2. 130 to 128. The over-under at 259.1. Wow, that's a lot of points. That's like an NBA All-Star game. And looking at both these teams' last game, you can see the Charlotte Hornets in a big high shootout event. 138 to 109 victory over the Bucks. And for the Pacers, well, they 108 to 99 victory over Portland. And today, the Indiana Pacers are coming in on a 6 ATS win streak, while the last two games for Charlotte have gone over the total. Brooklyn Nets taking on the Miami Heat. There's your game of the night in Miami tonight. And you got the -3.5 favorite for the Brooklyn Nets. 222 is the total. And we're going to lean with the Brooklyn Nets in this one. 115 to 110, the over-under at 225.1. So we do like this game to go over the total. Brooklyn coming off a 108-102 victory 2 nights ago against the Pelicans, while the Miami Heat, they beat the Phoenix Suns 104-96. They're coming in on a 3-game under streak, while the Brooklyn Nets last 2 games have gone under the total. They are 9-1 straight up in their last 10, 7-3 against point spread, while the Miami Heat, they are 6-4 straight up and against the number. And looking at my value index here tonight, I had Brooklyn at -4.2. So if you do like Brooklyn, I would recommend them on the money line and not sweat out that 3.5. Utah Jazz taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. The Jazz losing last night in Chicago, 126 to 118, while Memphis, they took care of business against the Magic 2 nights ago against the Orlando Magic. 123 to 115 is the final. And you can see Memphis 120 to 112 victory over the Utah Jazz here on our forecast. 233.4 is the total, and it's right there with the bookmakers, so a little bit under the total here. A 74.1% chance of winning here for Memphis, who are on a 5-game straight up and ATS win streak, while the last 2 games for Utah have gone over the total. Minnesota taking on the Houston Rockets. We like the T-Wolves in this one. 114 to 113, the over-under at 228.1. Minnesota coming in as a 2-point road favorite. The over-under at 228, and we got that total landing exactly on 228.1. So we do have it a hair over the total, giving the T-Wolves tonight a 45.4% chance of winning. They've won their last 3 straight up and against the point spread, while the Rockets coming in on a 6-game losing streak. Another good game here tonight in Oklahoma City. You got the Thunder off a big win over Washington in their last game, 127 to 110. And looking at the Dallas Mavericks, they beat the New Orleans Pelicans last night, 127 to 117. And we're going to lean with Oklahoma in this one, 112 to 111. The over-under at 223.9. We're We're going to give the Mavericks, however, a 45% chance of winning compared to only 39.1 for the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are 6-4 straight up and against the number in their last 10, while Dallas is 8-2 straight up in their last 10 games. All right, let's get to your stats and trends today for Sunday Fun Day, January 8th. The Memphis Grizzlies 17-1 as a 7 to 9.5 point home favorite when the total's 220 or more since 1996. The under is 13-1 for the Raptors as a pick'em to -3 home favorite, coming off a loss in their last game the last 4 years, and that under is good for 92.8%. The Clippers 10-1 as a 3.5 to 6.5 point home favorite versus a Southeast Division opponent the last 7 seasons. And let's one more for the road. The over 10-1 for the Suns as a home team after playing Miami in their last game, and that happened the last 10 years. That's good for 90%. In fact, I like this one right here. The Heat 10-1 as a home team coming off an 8-point win the last 7 years, and that's good for 90.9%. All right, let's get to your top 3 sports betting situational handicapping spots for tonight. Coming in at number 3, Detroit +6 against Philadelphia. They've been neutral for 4 days, and whenever they play those A-type teams, well, they don't win a lot of games, 6% of the time. So that's why Detroit +6 is a better option than the money line, that's for sure. Giving the Pistons a 37.5% chance of winning here tonight. I had them listed at 7.25, so not getting a little bit undervalued here today at +6. And looking at their record, 5-13 at home. It'd be tough for me to. If I bet this one, it would probably be beer and pizza money. Cleveland taking on the Phoenix Suns. I have them at number 2 at -4.5 point home favorite, or road favorite. Neutral 10 days, and anytime they play those B-type teams, well, look at that, 71% win percentage. So this is a solid play here on Cleveland, and I'm giving them a 72.2% chance of winning. The only thing I don't like is that they're on the road, but we'll see what happens there. And the reason I don't like it is because they're 7-11 on the road compared to 18-4 at home. And your number 1 option tonight is Oklahoma City, -3.5 against Dallas. Neutral 18 days, and the strength of schedule 49% for the Thunder. And anytime they play those B-type teams, look at that, 75%. So there's something about those B-type teams with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage, and the Cows at 39.1. Should be an interesting matchup here tonight in Oklahoma City against the Dallas Mavericks. All right, there you have it. That is your NBA forecast and previews for Sunday Fun Day, January 8th. Hopefully we make you get to the winner's circle. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report.